Back with winning workouts, looking at the runners for the International Cup. Military Attack, a winner 2 years ago. What's his work been like?
He's been very quiet, both found runners have, and Friday morning, as we expected, just being allowed to run along on the turf track. Happy enough with him. He's got the class and ability, but it depends what we see on race day.
He wasn't too bad at his last start. He's always a horse that goes well here in Singapore, so too does Dan Excel.
Really like this track work from him on Thursday morning, Craig. He's a lovely individual. His record speaks for himself. And Tommy Berry, he's been quite vocal in his thoughts about how he's going to go.
Well, his run in Hong Kong a couple of weeks ago, Tommy said he was peaking. He was just coming good for the international race in Singapore. And, of course, he won it on him last year, so he'd know what it takes. And that is nice, strong pace work on Thursday morning. This is Minor Frost, reminding me a little bit of Coldplay's first single. It was all yellow.
Yeah, love the colour coding. Very interesting training tactics they've had with this horse. They've walked him the full length of the turf track. They've educated him in the parade ring. He was a little bit dumb in this piece of work, but towards the end, Craig, he focused, he got down to it. This is the unknown quantity for me in the race.
Yeah, that's pretty well what the Japanese do. I was surprised the first time I saw them back in, I think, 2007, when Cosmo Bolt and Shadowgate were both out here, and they walked and they walked and they walked. This is Smoking Sun, who ran second last year.
This is about as fast as we saw from him all week. This is the work. Apparently, he likes to be left alone to do his own thing.
Okay, well, he's generally left alone in the early stages of the race too, but he will be running on. A couple of Pat Shaw's runners, Johnny Guitar and Quechua.
Yeah, Joe gets the ride on Johnny Guitar, and I suppose he's taking on quite a competitive field. Yeah, it's good to have Fred in town as well. I think he may just be out of his depth zone.
I think the 2,000 metres at this level is just too much for him. A local 2,000 metre race is probably competitive, but not an international. There's Quechua. He's the best of our locals, I think.
He's been on the training tracks almost every morning. He galloped on the grass on Thursday as well. He'll probably come in as the fittest local horse.
So there he is, Quechua, for Patrick Shaw, the reigning Gold Cup winner, and his jockey Corey Brown knows him very well, obviously. Step it up. Working on the outside of a sprinting companion there, Huka Falls, and he was terrific, of course, in winning the Kiwi too. Yeah,
and it all bodes well for a big run from him. Laurie's been very vocal about the fact that he thinks this guy's in with a big shout. Tactics, they'll play their key, but I'm happy with him. His work has been excellent in the week.
He's a nice little horse, little being the operative word, I guess. This is Coupe Tardo. He'll step out for the first time under the banner of the Pat Shaw Yard.
Yeah, and the Shaw Yard haven't messed around with him. He's been blitzing on the turf track. He's been working really, really hard on the poly track. Another unknown quantity, I think, because last time 3,200 just too far.
Yeah, he was gone. Probably about the 1,200 in that race, so that'll equate to a decent run over the 2,000. Freeport Lux, what have you made of this guy since he's arrived?
Also very quiet. I was slightly concerned on Tuesday morning. He shied away quite violently from the winning board and the TV screens in the 100 metre, but he hasn't really been extended. Happy enough with his action though.
Okay, so there is Slew of Load over on the outside of, in fact, in this piece of work. Not quite sure about this guy.
I think he's outclassed. His work is what we've become to expect from him, Craig. Very good, but this is a really tough ask, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's out of his comfort zone, well and truly. Slew of Load, and probably a top 6 would be a good result for him. A very good result. This is Wild Geese.
Yeah, it was a good run from him last time out. I was happy with that, but I think the step up to this class and company is going to find him out.
Yeah, he's probably just a length or two below genuine Group 1, I reckon, Wild Geese, although he has one of this, or close to this level in the past. Great field coming up there on Sunday afternoon, Gareth.
Looking forward to your picks, Craig.
I think Dan Excel.
That's it.